Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ibrahim Hooper with CAIR's weekly news update. Following new revelations of NYPD spying on Muslim students in the Northeast, CAIR chapters in New Jersey and Connecticut called on university officials to protect the students' civil rights.
The head of the Council on American-Islamic Relations also believes New York police have run roughshod over people's basic rights and wants to know who they answer to.
I think the surprise is the extent of the NYPD getting involved in the state of Connecticut in every town and spying on organizations and coffee shops and areas and MSAs and student activities. I mean, recording names of people who pray 5 times a day or who sit down and have a meal together is absolutely ridiculous.
In Michigan, CAIR held a news conference to announce the filing of a federal lawsuit against a township over its denial of zoning for an Islamic school.
Leaders of the Council on American-Islamic Relations say the rejection of the site is part of a growing national trend.
To block zoning for Islamic schools and Islamic centers for no bona fide reason except to block our community from practicing our constitutional rights that we have been afforded.
CAIR has filed a suit in federal court claiming the town violated a federal law protecting religious land use.
CAIR this week called on elected officials in South Dakota to reject an anti-Sharia bill drafted by an anti-Islam extremist.
Over the past 2 years, there have been almost 50 anti-Sharia bills considered in more than 20 states nationwide. One of those bills is now rapidly advancing through the South Dakota House and Senate. The inspiration of this bill, HB 1253, is the same as all the others, an anti-Islam extremist named David Yerushalmi. Yerushalmi has a long history of bigoted views against Muslims, Jews, African Americans, and women. He is also the head of the anti-Islam hate group, Society of Americans for National Existence, which advocated for a law that would make adherence to Islam punishable by 20 years in prison and called for the immediate deportation of all non-citizen Muslims.
CAIR also called on the FBI to probe hate vandalism at a Kentucky store owned by a recent Iraqi immigrant.
The FBI now investigating an attack on a business owned by an Iraqi immigrant in Bullitt County. The Council on American-Islamic Relations, or CAIR, out of Washington, D.C., called for the feds to get involved today. Vandals hit Jacob's Smoke Shop in Shepherdsville late Sunday night, tearing up the whole store. They also splashed red paint on the walls and floors and spray painted things like "Hate Arab" and "Go Home."
In news from overseas, CAIR said the burning of Qurans at an American base in Afghanistan harmed our nation's image and interest.
Ibrahim Hooper is with the Council on American-Islamic Relations and says the damage has been done.
It sends a very negative message not only to Afghans but to the rest of the Muslim world, that a message of lack of respect, of just religious insensitivity.
To receive CAIR's news updates and action alerts, sign up at CAIR.com. To report discrimination or bias, email info@CAIR.com. Assalamu alaikum.
Learn more at CAIR.com.